Welcome back, everyone. Starladder Europe. Season 11 continues now. Virtus.Pro Polar versus xGame. KZ draft already a little ways underway. I'm Helium. With me, Blaze again. We got Cart Dota on the stats this time, up in that production value. How you doing?
Well, I am not Cart Dota, but I still will answer your question.
Question is
here.
to Blaze, just to clarify.
But yeah,
Cart Dota can
pretty
respond
good
soon after the draft.
I suppose so. But yeah, Virtus.Pro Polar looking really strong. Obviously, we saw a very awesome game from them most recently up against Cloud9, but maybe they're gonna have a little bit more of a tempo-oriented draft here, trying to cut it in just under the 2-hour mark, perhaps, just to speed things along, perhaps. But yeah, up against xGame here, it's gonna be pretty interesting. I mean, they've got the Ancient Apparition Puck Venge. They can't go Drow because it was banned out. When you open up Puck Venge, generally speaking, Drow or Visage is a smart ban because that's a combo that can work wonders, as we saw last game. But Ancient Apparition still works very well with the Dream Coil, and you might be able to get the cold feet off of the Magic Missile if you have just any slows or stuns coming out from your carry that you're generally supporting with the duo. In either case, Virtus.Pro Polar, they go for something different here. They've got the Zeus Slark combo to make it so that it's very difficult for xGame to keep wards up on the map. The Slark will see via Shadow Dance when he is visible, and the Zeus will use that as kind of a way to triangulate the position of the wards. From there, they lightning bolt them down, clean them up, and they pretty much control the entire map that way. So Skywrath and Ogre can keep roaming. If you don't have wards against those two, you're probably going to die a lot. So the big deal is Skywrath getting his silence off on Puck and getting those easy kills, since he's going to be one of the more high-value targets.
Yeah, no wards means Ancient Apparition might be a little more hard-pressed to land those clutch Ice Blasts with people on the retreat. And if Polar start getting ahead, taking down the towers, limiting your map vision, and then finding the wards, the defensive wards that you're putting up, the game can fall apart very fast if you're xGame. But they will pick up the Doom 4th, so at least they'll have the Doom for the Slark. It's one of the abilities that can keep the hero down, although it doesn't disable passives anymore. So I believe you can regen through the Doom ultimate now with the Shadow Dance passive.
That is correct, yeah. You'll regen away unless you're afflicted by the Ice Blast. So maybe you have to get both those on Slark to make sure that he's...
Yeah, that's true. Ice Blast too, going to be pretty helpful with that.
But I don't know. With this Doom pick, I feel like xGame just lost it. They broke the blue pattern, man. We had 7 blue heroes here, and then out comes Big Red.
It's blue versus red, not blue and red. Come on.
Jeez, man, get it together, xGame. I don't know. It's cool. Doom's pretty awesome. Skywrath and Zeus negated by him entirely. Slark might have some difficulties here, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be on the Puck to control the Slark here this game. The Venge Magic Missile is pretty easy to deal with as a Slark. You can pounce it. You can Dark Pact it. I guess Shadow Dance would work too because it is an invis state. So yeah, you can pop an ability, dodge a Magic Missile, and from there it's only the Doom or the Puck to lock you down. So yeah, I think the Slark will have a pretty good time this game if he gets a Linked Sphere put on him by himself or by an ally. And we'll see from there what he's able to accomplish. Obviously, this is going to be Illidan Storm Rage on the Slark, so you can expect big things, and you can expect him to kind of ball out of control. Illidan likes to be aggressive pretty early with his core heroes, but he still loves farming. So, end of the day, if he gets a good balance between the two, he's going to be able to get this crazy late-game, scary Slark. And the only answer is really going to be a Aghanim's Refresher Doom. So, a lot of prioritization has to be put towards Doombringer for when it comes down to his item progression, because I don't know, Shiva's Guard isn't going to cut it here. The Bloodlust will counteract that, and yeah, he needs a lot of items to really make sure that he's got a confident late game.
All I gotta say is thank God Anti-Mage is banned.
Don't worry, no Empower, dude. No, suddenly you can't cleave down.
No Illidan Storm Rage playing Illidan. It'll be nice. So, Anti-Mage take it out. Obviously, Illidan probably going to be on that Slark. Virtus.Pro Polar looking for their last pick right now. xGame decided to ban out that Elder Titan. If at any point they're pushing in this game, they don't would have to push into the Echo Stomp, the Astral Spirit, and the Earth Splitter, and most importantly, that Natural Order, which can just decimate people. And Virtus.Pro Polar, this game's not going 2 hours. They just picked up a Spirit Breaker. So, they're going to get a little charge happy. Show us how the Pain Train operates.
Ooh, Spirit Breaker.
Do you want to play Brood Mother against Spirit Breaker? I feel like it's not going to be too fun.
I don't know. I think that it's going to be a little bit difficult here. You obviously have the ability to charge Dust against her, which is going to be problematic for her.
It's a
Along with
mid.
that, DK Phobos' Zeus can cause some real issues here with the Arc Lightning. But Skywrath Mage is such a weak support against Broodmother, and Ogre's not great either. So I think that they actually might still be able to benefit from it quite a bit. Like going in with the Brood, forcing the Skywrath to just die and not get his experience via pulls and stuff like that. Like, Wadafaka plays it right. It's still a good pick. But the big thing here is just to create space for Doom to just free farm. Mantis wants to go for a Midas here. He wants to go like Max Devour Midas build and just get a ton of farm. And Brood is going to be the space creator to apply that. From there, they'll kind of approach a very active mid game with the Puck Ancient Apparition. And I really think that the laning presence of Brood is what makes this draft strong. Yes, it's not like a win the game card against heroes like Spirit Breaker, Zeus, stuff like that. But, you know, it's still going to be able to contribute substantially, and I actually think it's going to be pretty strong as far as forcing VP Polar to put their focus away from Mantis.
Yeah, although... Aww. Alright, well, I still like this. DK Phobos, generally the offlane player, but they'll put him over towards mid for the side of VP Polar. He's going to be playing on Zeus with that Arc Lightning. It'll be off-lane Spirit Breaker, so we're going to look to get those charges started. Level 1, maybe level 3, depending on how easy those levels come to this off-lane Spirit Breaker. Going to be charging mid a lot, the Puck. Kind of hard to charge cross-map. I mean, the runes are going to be on the wards in the early game. We see them, they're there. They'll know he's coming. And up top in the safe lane for Polar, we've got Little playing on that Skywrath Mage. FNG trying to channel the RNG. He'll be on the Ogre Magi. And Illidan Stormrage playing on the Slark.
Interesting positioning from Reeves here. I'm not sure, like, usually you just expect him to go down bottom and hang out with Mantis and Equal, but he goes up top as almost a fake ward. I think he wanted them to think he was warding there, maybe waste a lightning bolt, but either way, Reeves makes his way gradually down to the bottom. And it is going to be this tri-lane versus the Broodmother. With her current web position, she should be okay, but FNG is still going to force her off of the experience a couple of times over.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll see the Broods even take that
This is bad, actually. He should not be brawling with the Ogre. I'm not sure if he knows about the Sentry Ward or not. He should, if he was checking inventories.
He'll still regen on web.
Yeah, but the Ogre, he regens just as much.
That's true.
The web right now gives him +2 HP regen. That's essentially what the Ogre has naturally.
Yeah, well, FNG, well placed. We'll see if Wadafaka wants to take the investment to buy his own sentries to try to bring this down when his next creep wave comes, or when a creep wave comes. We see them doing that a lot. Looking into the bottom lane, Mag, about to be level 2. So at least he'll have that. He went Greater Bash first, actually. Maybe just hoping to get some last hits. Maybe also wanting the bonus move speed of 15% that comes along with it. But he's level 2 now, so we've got the charge into the Bash. He's ready to go mid lane at any time, especially if Puck is going to get aggressive. Maybe charge him as Puck goes for a rune as well. If Zeus is maybe also on the way, they should be able to find a kill there. But
yeah. This skill is interesting because I've actually run offlane Spirit Breaker a couple of times here, and the Greater Bash, the only value in it is you get more right-click damage, so it shows that he doesn't feel threatened on this lane. He feels like he's actually going to get in against the creep wave every once in a while, and that's pretty solid. I still think the Empowering Haste is better because the Greater Bash gives you damage from your move speed, but it doesn't actually give you move speed. It's the aura that will do that for you, and the aura now has an active, which can double that effect when you really are in a bad state of affairs, when you're kind of in emergency mode. You're getting ganked from all directions, and you need to haste on out of there. You can actually pop the aura once every 20 seconds. So I think the aura has actually got to be what he skills up next.
Oh, wait, are you sure, Greater Bash? It says move speed is damage, and it also says bonus move speed, so I think you get some...
That's when you bash something, but, I mean, that's not something that you can rely on. Oh, the Courier! Oh, FNG almost gets it in mid lane. Still gets a Fire Blast, and Skullcat is probably going to be going down here. Doesn't get the phase shift on the Lightning Bolt, and yes, he will go down, but FNG in turn after the fact.
But Zeus right-click, though. Picking up the first blood is DK Phobos. Going to be using some of those tangos. I think that's going to scramble the Courier. Cardi, the Catapult, coming out with that bottle for Zeus, so he's going to be spamming like crazy there in the middle lane. Looking at Puck. Does have the Magic Stick, but doesn't get enough charges to... keep him up there. And whoa, this Puck set. Those wings. Oh, actually, I gotta look bottom. I want to look at the wings, but we gotta look bottom. Where we see Mag in a lot of trouble, but he'll charge away. There's no other stun, and that's pretty good. Built-in escape right there. Unfortunately, it's not 4 minutes, so he's not going to find the rune, and he's thinking about going over towards mid. He could salve up. act like he was going back and then try to gank the puck again. It is, after all, the big buff was the 12-second cooldown now on Charge of Darkness. It's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, and VPP has been using the Spirit Breaker a lot, but that stat might be a little bit misleading because they used it a completely different way when Goblak was on the team. Goblak used it as a support Spirit Breaker, which was very active in roaming and ganking. Mag playing it on the offlane, I think this is one of the first times he's done it. So, although there is a lot of history with the team playing around the Spirit Breaker, might not be as familiar with it in this role set, getting this level of experience at farm. Wadafaka hiding out the tree line here, just about to get his Soul Ring. When he does, he's going to be able to spam that Spawn Spiderlings to his heart's content. But Illidan right now looking pretty good, just having the Quelling Blade and perhaps looking for a Midas himself.
Gonna drop another Sentry to refresh that one. The pounce goes up. Wadafaka tries to retreat, and he's walking straight into the Sentry, so they'll bring him down. Slark gonna pick up the kill there. Broodmother taking her first death. Puck with a death, and looks like FNG did go down. I didn't actually notice that one. I guess, on the mid lane gank, did he go down to the tower?
Him going down, yeah, he was the one that kid died in return, but the puck wasn't there for the experience, so it doesn't matter as much. I mean, it's relevant to state that it happened.
Yeah, it's not the biggest deal. I guess some gold going over, but it's the experience. And actually looking at puck level 5, Zeus already level 6. Thunder God's Wrath is going to be online right now. Doesn't quite have the mana for it, but with that bottle maybe coming back out.
So they know he's here. He just spawned Spiderling. They have tree cutters. They have tangos. They have Quelling Blades. And he's outside his webs now. So yeah, he's pretty much just up shit creek without a paddle.
2 seconds on spin web.
But they got the charge. They're just going to charge him.
And they still have a Sentry.
Have the 1 Sentry down. They placed it in a weird little spot here.
I would have waited.
But again, inside the tree stuck out, and the charge gives vision. So he's going down one way or another.
Yeah, so this Broodmother really struggling right now. They've got Dust. They've got Sentries. They're using everything to bring him down. Actually, I think I lied. Did they have Dust? No, they don't.
No, they did not. They will get that eventually on the Spirit Breaker. That's going to be a high priority item for him. Probably his first thing after getting like a TP and Magic Stick. And the Midas comes out very early for Slark. 5.5 minute Midas. Compare that to the Doom, who's just getting the recipe out now. Like, that's, I mean, it's a few seconds here difference, but it's so big deal. Actually, mid lane, a big amount of damage coming out. DK Football is very low indeed, but he's still dueling it out. Who will go down first? It is going to be the Zeus. Stallcat bottling against the creeps here. He will.
This can't be the right call, Mag.
Jaunt and survive. While Mag chases down Equal here. Doesn't have the empowering haste, can't keep pace, but Venge misjukes and walks right back into him.
If he could get a bash, maybe he could find a kill on Reeves. FNG's there as well. They're actually going to find 2. Unfortunately, they did let their Zeus die. Stallcat find the kill there, and he's so low he can't even go back in to maybe try to find a rebuttal kill. He'll retreat back. Oh, he tries to phase. He's expecting the Thunder God's Wrath on the respawn. He phases. Good call, but just a little too early, and he'll go down. Zeus even going to find the trade off of that one. 254 gold for him. Experience of 400 towards the Zeus upon respawn, so gets right back into the action and finds his second kill.
Yeah, didn't even cost him mana since he just TP'd in.
Base, yeah.
Yeah, he gets level 7, he gets some nice gold. And yeah, essentially the mind games there are you expect the top lane, Wadafaka will not go down to 60 HP, but still survives. But you expect the Thunder God's Wrath to come out as soon as he respawns, just him hammering the key. So if you wait just 8 seconds, that's plenty of time for you to wait out the phase shift and get the kill. I'm not sure if that was intentional or it's just how the chips fell, but it's pretty nice to see.
Pretty impossible with level 1 phase shift, honestly. Like you're
going
to lose the mind game. If it happened, then obligatory WoW, but
that would actually be legit WoW. But,
yeah, that would actually be legit. When it's 3.25 seconds though, later on, phase shift, like it will be it's probably going to happen that puck will dodge the Thunder God's Wrath here and there.
Anyways, interesting build-up from the Spirit Breaker. He's charging mid here. Reeves is going to be taking a lot of hits. One more right click and he goes down. DK Football's also taking some return damage, but yeah, even with the -3 armor, really goes deep. I think he would have almost had that kill, but now he's sacrificing himself to the puck, who rotates back in with a nice Dream Coil here. No more spells available, so Mag is fine, but nice to get that bring down of the Zeus, and he just got a little overzealous there up against the Venge, who I definitely believe he would have killed with that Lightning Bolt.
And FNG, the support, Ogre, rotating to the bottom lane. He's almost level 6. He's got his hands pretty dirty too. 4 assists, killed a Broodmother a few times, did rotate mid. Now they see Reeves. Oh no, the charge. It actually wasn't even, it was on the Doom, but it connected with Reeves first, so they didn't see Reeves, but they see him now. And he's going to go down, melting like ice creams do. And now Mantis on retreat. He was the target. He's pretty happy that Secret Service, Ancient Apparition
up top. He has to kill him now or he's just going to regen. So this is the time for Whatafaka to get aggressive here. He does not have enough mana, though. So he's going to have to dive. Those spellcasts, just chasing him down. If the spitters stay on him...
this is why. There's Skullcat with the puck rotating up very, very quickly, and they find the kill. So nicely done. They'll bring down Illidan. Midas was not on cooldown. It would have been a really big deal if they could kill him with that Midas on CD.
It's so important, like insanely good to kill a Slark here because he loves to juke and jive and hide in the trees. But in this case, he used too much mana and didn't have Shadow Dance, or so he couldn't pounce away, he couldn't Shadow Dance away, and the Brood was able to stay on top of him. So really nice movement from the puck in general in this early game. He's gone top and mid a lot and already gotten 3 kills, 1 assist despite a rough start early game.
Yeah, and with that death, actually, Mantis, free farmer down here in the safe lane with Devour maxed out now, is able to take over lead on the net worth. That Doom up to 4.7. Illidan Slark just below 4.7. And then next, it's going to be the Zeus, DK Phobos at 3.8. Neck and neck with the puck. Actually, both of them have got involved in a lot of kills. Phobos involved in 5. Puck involved in 4, but actually has 3 kills to Zeus's 2. And Mag, first game on that Spirit Breaker. I'm sure he's played it before in pubs, but as for officials, there you have it.
I don't know, man. This Life of Empowering Haste, at least 1 point wonder. It's kind of...
Maybe he didn't read the patch notes.
Either way, we're going to see the charge come through onto Whatafaka here. He has the dust. He's going to use that as soon as he arrives. And that is going to be a kill onto the Broodmother.
Level 6 up now as well. The Nether Strike ability actually not very good anymore, but...
Oh my gosh, that amplified pounce and dark pack damage. He just got absolutely destroyed there. 700 damage coming out from the Slark there, 400 from the Spirit Breaker, and a nice couple of kills coming the way VP Polar.
I don't think that's the TP you were looking for, Doom. That was pretty crazy. Was maybe not expecting 4 people to show up, but at any rate, that's what happens.
Yeah, they're really lacking a vision up there in general.
Yeah, and probably will be for the rest of the game, right? Like, if you put a lane ward, Slark's well, maybe not in the lane because he thinks Creep sees him to disable the passive, but he's probably going to be finding your wards. If Zeus rotates up, they can de-ward it. And it's not like they're not going to have sentries, or probably a gem relatively soon as well, just because of the Brood Mothers, so... And when Zeus gets involved, Brood Mother's not really safe. Lightning Bolt the trees. Like, you see the Brood, she can't pass through the terrain anymore. It's going to be a tough game for a Brood. She's already died 3 times. Does have that 1 assist, but Whatafaka not delivering yet. But still has the potential to.
So, I'm looking for the smoke gank here. We've got Mantis with that Doom. He certainly wants to use it. Had an opportunity to use it on the Slark, but he Shadow Danced as soon as he saw the TP coming. So, really heads up play, but this time I think they're going to get the better of him. They just need to get the Doom off really abruptly. He's trying to farm spiders. He gets a nice chunk of gold, but now they are in range. They get the Doom Coil, they get the Waiting Rift, and they do commit the Doom just to make sure Illidan goes down.
I think the Doom's the right call. I mean, he did have Shadow Dance available if you don't do it, and he gets away. You rotate that many heroes up, and then you look stupid. You look like an Ogre Magi. You don't want to look like an Ogre Magi. FNG replacing up some of these wards now for the Dire squad. That's VP Polar. Going to team up with Mag, and Mag with the Charge of Darkness. And then Nether Strike again online. Ability nerfed heavily from its heyday, but obviously Charge with that buff. So we'll see if he can make it work.
Yeah. It's interesting. Zeus is going to be going for a Midas here. I think it's pretty good for just the general experience gains. You really want your level 16, but Willie tends to really carry Zeus items like the Aghanim's Refresher, where you can just essentially destroy the enemy team from base.
Or a Desolator. Just kidding. That's not serious. The right-click Zeus. Let's save that for something else. But Mag charging once again, and I said, can he make it work? He's obviously already making it work. He's involved in 7 kills and hasn't even died. 4, 0, and 3. He's charging now bottom lane. This one's on to equal. He's not. It's going to get canceled. He saw it coming with the wards. It wasn't fast enough. Thunder God's Wrath thrown out for the vision. I guess helping out Polar and their Spirit Breaker if anyone else was going to be trying to save that Venge, and they know they're not, so they'll keep farming. They see everyone just grouped up in the mid lane. Tired of getting picked off, they're going to have to group together, and now Whatafaka is in some trouble right now. That Brood with the Ignites. FNG looks like he still has eyes on him for the time being. Another sentry is there, and he's still standing in the range, but he'll escape regardless. And now we've got Phobos in some trouble. They will find the kill there, so nicely done for xGame. They group up. They go into enemy territory and they find a kill, but now Illidan with the Shadow Dance, he's going to put that onto Reeves. Little going to find a kill. He will kill the puck, and Actually, where was that? We'll find it.
He
during the pause.
jaunted
that
away
was,
after
yeah,
that
down
kill,
here.
and he went right into the open arms of the Skywrath. He was able to get the Ancient Seal off, and with that, the Mystic Flare brought him down. So just unfortunate the puck.
Need to get some
couldn't
mana
do it.
boots. There's some tread swapping efficiency. He's out of mana, and he could charge and probably make all the difference to this engagement here on the dire jungle.
He's charging.
Oh, is he already mid-charge?
Yeah, he's mid-charge right now.
Right.
So that's why he doesn't have that mana. And
JK.
yeah, I think he will make all the difference. This is Ice Blast coming out onto Slark. He just got doomed, right? So Slark is pretty much dead if they just right-click him a couple times, the Scorch Earth being active. But yeah, you never know. 870 HP. There's a chance he lives, but it's going to be require like the AA and Doom to die very, very quickly. Who they got charge on? Anyways, I can't see the debuff.
It hasn't actually been cast yet. He's like...
No, he's got the buff. He's charging.
I know, but look, it's not on cooldown, and he was standing there, so it's like pressed.
It's 6.82. It doesn't get put on cooldown until he hits the target.
Oh, all right. There you go. The things you don't learn or just don't read. Or you don't play Spirit Breaker.
No, it would be extremely OP if it's just 12 seconds and you put it on
yeah,
cooldown.
because it'd be on cooldown every single time. All right, so yeah, I don't know. It doesn't put the buff placer until he's like close in range anymore, right? Isn't that something that happened? We'll find out here in a second.
It looks like he was charging the creep wave in mid. Okay, so I wasn't
weird.
looking at the mid creeps, but
Neither was
apparently that's
I.
where he was charging, and he's not in this fight just yet. They do bring the Slark low, but again, you mentioned it. The Doom does not negate the Shadow Dance passive, and he didn't shatter, so he lives and is pretty healthy now to go back in.
Yeah, and I guess we would have seen the cowbell over their head. I was thinking maybe it bugged and pauses, but
I wish I had looked at that creep wave now, because that's the only explanation really, but I thought it might be a visual bug during the pause.
yeah. Well, there it is. We see it. Mantis needs some more cowbell mags here to deliver.
It's like a symbol of his plane, right?
It's a cowbell.
Yeah, I know you got to call it. Now that you called attention to it with the cowbell.
I'm going to keep calling it that over and over again until it's not funny anymore.
I think it's like the nether plane symbol or something like that.
The Nothel Realm.
Yeah, Nothel Realm is completely different. That's
I know. I don't think Spirit Breaker's involved in that at all.
No, but Dota 2 lore.
What's that? Coddle, CK. There's some other heroes involved in it as well.
Dazzle and Huskar now.
Dazzle, Huskar, yeah.
Slark is kind of... Yeah, that's a damn fine amount of CS. Most of it is spiders, though. You have to remember that.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely just Taurus sign.
That makes sense as well.
Yeah, the bull. But yeah, most of the spiders. That's where I was talking to K-Poptosis, and he really wanted to get an effective creep stat rather than just a raw last hit stat in the game.
Yeah,
but
nice.
it takes like a bunch of coding and resources that they don't have.
Yeah,
right
determine
now.
between them all.
Or it might not be worth it if everything gets... Anyways, so right now 115 CS is awesome, but it's a bunch of spiders, which are still decent chunks of gold.
It's like three-quarters of a creep, so...
About half a creep. So, but I'm just saying, like, if you compare that to, like, let's say 115 melee creeps of
what am I thinking? Yeah, sorry, brain fart. They're like 18 to 25 gold, I think. Creeps
somewhere in there,
around
yeah.
40.
There's the spiders, the big spiders and little spiders have different values, but... Either way, it's about half a melee creep, and if you just compare that to, like, if there's 115 melee creeps of a farm, then that would be an exorbitant amount of gold going his way, but end of the day, he's sitting pretty high at 6,400 net worth, but he's not, like, dramatically outpacing the Doom.
Pretty hard to do. It's a tall order. Does have the
he's still
Midas,
on top.
does have Max Devour. They're about to kill him now, though, so Slark will overtake, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah, well, he's already. I mean, he's 300 head right now. They're about to get at least an assist on the Slark for this Doom, and then he's going to use his Midas. So he's going to be jumping ahead to like a 600, 700 gold advantage, which is pretty swell. And then obviously the Shadow Blade will feel his momentum even further if he has the Midas to support it. The one issue here is he's spamming Dark Pact to kill spiders, and then the Shadow Blade, of course, costs like 75 mana or whatever. So
there's not actually a lot up here to fuel this. Like Mag's going to connect on Mantis, no doubt. Little's got essentially one spell. Probably will just throw the concussive shot so they can get the right clicks, because Ogre Magi has absolutely
Illidan's got the
nothing.
flank though, right? So and he's not going to be able to dodge the pounce even with the
Oh
speed
yeah,
bar.
there's Illidan right there.
Okay, he dodged the
Well,
pounce.
I mean, you don't have to dodge the pounce if it's just completely whiffed, and Mantis might
shit.
live as a result. The negative urn is still on him. They're going to try to chase another pounce coming up, but look at all the TPs coming in right now. Illidan kind of botched that one and allows Mantis to live. It might even go down with the swap now. Waterfalk is there. He's got Soul Ring and Spiderlings in a second. Now he's got the Spiderlings up. Doesn't even need it, though. Ice Blast comes in now on Phobos, and Will they continue to chase? It looks like they won't. Just trying to get those much-needed kills. It was a big rotation up here. Stallcat now involved. His Dream Coil going to be available in 10 seconds. And the Midas comes out for the Brood. So Brood ready to start playing catch-up here at the 14-minute mark.
All right, Equal going to get charged on here. There is a Nether Strike, but there is not an Urn. So yeah, they are going to be able to get this kill with the help of the Zeus. And that's a mega kill streak for Bag. Already 5-0-4. At 10 minutes, like, the record is 4 kills. But at 14 here, he's got 5, so he's not doing too bad. And he's got a lot of assists, too. That's the important thing, is enabling his team to get the kill momentum. Still really unfortunate for the Slark that turned out that way, that he misses the pounce, and then he gets absolutely destroyed with that swap play. Like, he's just farm spiders, kill heroes, but right now he's met with some difficulty as he's died 3 times, and his Midas was on cooldown, off cooldown.
And speaking of Midas, Stallcat's going to be going for it. So Wadafaka with the Midas, Mantis with the Midas, Stallcat going to be going for Midas, Illidan with the Midas, DK Phobos with the Midas. Is this MLG Columbus? Did I not get the memo?
There we go. Set me straight, Kark Dota. Got 5 kills in 10 minutes as a record. Ancient Apparition will be killed off by the Skywrath Mage here, but the puck is going to be going down to the Thunder God's Wrath. So, yeah, he wants that Midas, but he won't be picking it up too soon, as he can't run from heaven.
You can't run from heaven. You can hide from heaven, though, technically, with smokes, with phase shifts, disruptions, astral imprisonments, etc. I guess Nightmare at the right time, too. Anyways, ways to dodge it. Not so many of them in this game. Just the puck. I guess Waveform would. Anyways, I'll stop. It's just too much thinking down that path. Equal, trying to rotate, trying to get up some wards here so that Slark and Zeus can probably just de-ward them. Slark, what's he building up towards? He's got the Shadow Amulet right now, so he will be going for the Shadow Blade. It's fallen a little bit out of favor as the Slarks have been picking up the Blinks, but I still think it's a fine item.
I'm kind of confused at the Vengeful Spirit. Equal is maxing out his Wave of Terror here. I talk about variations in Venge builds frequently, like why you would go a certain skill over another, and this game doesn't feel great for Wave of Terror. 1 point, sure. Maxing it, it's not really giving him that much. They're not right-clicking that frequently. There's a lot of magic damage flying out. And
maybe he's thinking like the little spiderlings, like if they can get on a target with less armor, I don't know.
Yeah, but they do a lot of their damage out of their poison damage over time effect. So, yeah, I don't really... I feel the aura would enhance the... At least 1 point in the aura would certainly... If you're talking about the Spiderlings, you would want at least 1 point in Vengeance aura to really amplify their damage, not the Wave of Terror. So, a little weird that he doesn't at least have 1 point in Vengeance, but I'm guessing he'll get that next. Did not max the Magic Missile.
Yeah, I would think he doesn't max the Magic Missile, but going for the 2 points would probably transition to 2-4-4. But we'll keep looking at it, see what he does. It's 15-9 at 17 minutes. We'll take a look at the graphs at large. Looking at gold, it's actually really even. VP Polar, we're leading by 2,000, and with the kill score, that's actually not as much as we might have thought. And looking at the experience, it got us maybe 3,000 there, but it's about equilibrium. VP Polar with some slight advantages right now as xGame. They do have all of those Midases, so that's probably what's keeping the graphs in check. As up top, Fortify goes out. There's a lot of spiders coming in, but there's a nice Ice Blast. It will land. FNG trying to get the stuns on Mantis. Here comes the charge in, and we need the Nether. Does he even actually have to use it? No, he won't. He'll go over there. Broodmother's going to fall. He charges very, very far. Wants that Ice Cream. Will find it. Now Stallcat trying to get out of here with his life. He'll blink away. Is it far enough? That's not going to disjoint. So they know where he's going. They can try to follow him. The charge is coming through. He's going to be able to phase something, but the blink is going to be disabled. He's actually not able to do anything. The instant silence comes in now. It's 19-10. FNG dies, but xGame will lose 4.
Yeah, painful losses. Doom didn't get to use his Midas or Devour before he went down, so that's really brutal. And yeah, at this point, like VP Polar, they're just running things over. They get some really nice kills out of the control of the Spirit Breaker, and the puck just isn't able to do enough. That's the big thing here. No Dream Coil coming out. They're not controlling the Slark. He's now got his Shadow Blade up, and as long as he manages his mana well, there's a lot of kill potential with that and some detection. Right now they get this charge. They don't have to tag. There's the dust coming in. That's the big thing. Gets that last right click. Otherwise, he would just probably keep running. Instead,
got that spider. Got them both.
Twofer.
Value.
But, yeah, we are going to be seeing this Aghanim progression for the Doom. Once he gets that, he's going to be in a really good way. Zeus, though, is taking a lot of damage here from the puck. But if they don't get this kill, Dreamcoil is just such a huge cooldown to lose. And now the hasted Zeus is going to pursue onto Reeves, who is being charged under tower, and he is pretty much dead.
He doesn't even need to pursue. Like, Reeves is going down. Yeah, there's the ult. Phobos will take it. He's onto a killing spree
Zeus
again.
Zeus is the massive kill stealer. He's going to pursue kills.
You want him to, though. Like, you want him to have the gold, the levels, the big items. He's actually going for a BKB. So he's not going mobility like a Force, a Yules, a Blink, or anything. He's just going to pick up a BKB, stand up, man up, and cast some spells.
And I would really love a stat on how frequently Zeus goes first item BKB, because I don't think I've seen that.
I think I can guess 0% of the time.
I mean, I'm sure somebody's done it before, but it just seems so odd. I mean, in this game, you do have to worry about a lot of spells, but end of the day, if you're BKB Zeus, then you're just going to get doomed. Like, I'm not feeling it, but... You know,
maybe he's hoping the Doom gets thrown out on the Slark. I mean, it's either, like, Doom has to make the choice. You either control the Slark or you control the Zeus, and the other one you don't control probably kills you at the rate that this game has been going. I mean, Polar with that 11 kill advantage in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Blink.
We'll see the Doom come out, but the Ice Blast will be dodged, and I think that he lives as a result of that, but we'll see.
Still going to get some right clicks on. They're going to chase. They even threw out the jump charge for this. There's also the unveiling of the blink on Mantis right now. And I don't know, staying in range, getting those hits on Illidan, though, gets out of sight, out of mind. And now you've got the 70 regen kicking in with that passive, no longer disabled by the Doom. Mag charges up, will find another kill. They're looking for positive earn charge on Illidan. They're looking for the puck. There we go, slippery puck. And Stallcat to get away.
And Equal is going to be going down here. DK Phobos gets the last zap there and doesn't really care about the 1 point Vengeance Dart that's going to be negating his push here on the mid. Actually, Reeves just gets charged. Didn't see it. They had a Radiant Observer Ward. They must have assumed that he would jump to the next visible target, but there it is. He goes down, and that is unfortunate to say the least. I mean, the fact they got so hard baited by the Slark here, didn't even get that kill because, again, the Ice Blast didn't connect. That's the difference maker there. Then they just ran and ran and ran, tried to keep on top of them. They really wanted the Illidan kill, but it wasn't theirs to take, and they lose big. I mean, 15 kill disadvantage here. And back to that stat there, that is the 14th ever pickup of BKB on Zeus. Not even just like the first item, which is, if you look at items that you don't want to pick up first, it's generally BKB because of how it scales down. But picking up only 14 times period for Zeus, I can't imagine he's ever picked it up first. So, yeah, that is awkward indeed for DK Phobos, but it doesn't seem like he's level 15. Like
he's like, yeah, why do I care, man? I'm about to be level 16 already in 22 minutes.
Already helping him out a bit.
Will still get swapped back, so again, maybe a reason to not go for it. So BKB 10-second charge will go down. Buys a lot of time. Some TPs coming in. There was a charge, not wanting to throw the Nether Strike. Sometimes that'll make you chase further than you want to. Illidan gets involved, though, going to jump onto Mantis. There's a big coil here from Stallcat. The Doom goes off onto Illidan right away, like just off of cooldown. They'll be able to bring him down. Ice Blast connects as well. VP Polar, they've lost 4 now. Mag going to go down. They're all going to die. Can he get away the charge? No. Right click going to connect. 768 gold for Stallcat as he ends the beyond godlike streak for Mag.
That, my friends, is a full 5-man wipe. Looking at the fight recap, we've got a 4,000 gold swing in favor of xGame here at the 22-minute mark and almost 10,000 experience. 4,000 gold, 10,000 experience, and a tier 1 tower in a 22-minute engagement. Like, that just changes the game, turns it on its head, and where VP Polar had a ton of momentum going their way, suddenly xGame are going to be able to just completely take over the map. Wadafaka is going to be spamming his spiders in the dire jungle here. Doom is going to be just spreading out and getting his Aghanims up with 1 more item pickup, and my gosh, that Dream Coil just set it all up. Beautiful play from Stallcat. And yeah, VP Polar just don't know what hit them. The Zeus BKB pretty much did nothing. It helped him out against the Puck, but Puck didn't even commit the coil, so it's not like it was that big of a deal. He just goes down to the right click since he is sitting at only 4 armor.
It's that $1 million Dream Coil cosmetic. That's what it was.
Pay to win.
Yeah, it is. All right, so it was getting up to maybe a little over 5,000 gold for Polar. Now, after that fight in the mid lane, it is right back to equilibrium, and that's definitely going to favor the team xGame that has 3, maybe 4 Midas now. And experience was 12K. It doesn't quite get back to equilibrium, but it's right up next to it. 4,000 and still going in xGame's favor as we head into, I guess, a little bit of a slower section, as there was a lot of kills back to back to back, and xGame have 4 Midas now. Reeves has 1, Equal the only one without. So 4 Midas on xGame to the 2 on VP Polar. Downtime, I think, is really going to start to favor them. Oh, yeah, 3,
Lily,
1 just coming out now for Little on the Skywrath, as he's got the 2 staves. Probably going to look for that HP, the Vit booster, into the Atos for the Skywrath Mage.
So we've got Blink versus Shadowblade here. A lot of Blink, big thing. Yeah, 6.8 was the one where the mana cost got removed, and that's where it really got quite popular. But actually, it's going to be FNG running into Stallcat here. There's going to be the Yules, but Doom coming out onto Mag. Interesting choice.
Yeah, just trying to shut down somebody. His streak was already cleaned up, but here's another coil going to go through. Phobos going to go ahead and break that with his BKB. There is no Ags yet on the puck. We'll see if he even wants to go for it. It's a pretty good item along with the Vengeful Spirit. Talked about it a little bit in the last game, but VP Polar losing 2 after just getting 5-man wiped, and everyone going to go back, farm, use their Midas.
I'm kind of surprised Illidan didn't go in as the second that he saw the Doom on the Spirit Breaker. It's like once you lose the Doom, the only thing you're afraid of is a waning Rift from puck. If you avoid that, then you're going to be able to get your ultimate off and do a lot of damage. But here he was, just kind of leaving the 2 that went in high and dry, and that's just going to be 2 extra pickoffs, giving xGame more momentum. Suddenly, this game is not so simple as it was clear-cut before, but we've got Necro 3 coming up on to the Broodmother. The Tier 2 is going to be under siege shortly, and at VP Polar, they're losing space. They already didn't have much control in the fights. It was on Spirit Breaker to provide that. He's done that well at 10, 2, and 7, but they need just to find more pickoffs at this point, because 5-man Dota is going to get hard once the Doom is back off cooldown.
Illidan wins the Battle of Manliness, charges up that Dark Pack, will stop Reeves from TPing. Mantis is all going to show up on the Doom, but doesn't have his namesake ability, so the tower will go the way of Illidan, gets the last hit on it. Brood, though, with a big item pickup here, going to upgrade all the way to the Necronomicon level 3. Oh, no!
Okay.
They know he's there. The ward. That's a Radiant ward, though. How do they know?
There it is. There's the charge. There's the kill. No. It was an accident. He meant to pound. He was just being
efficient, he was just trying to
pouncing over the cliff to the Ancients. He didn't want to be up there at all, but he accidentally hit the hero, and then he's like, what the frick is in my way? So, there you go. Accidents happen, but in this case, it's a happy one for VP Polar as it gets them a very critical kill on the 8.7k net worth Broodmother. Down for 40 seconds, they can kind of spread out a little bit and not be so suppressed as far as the fact that their towers are being pressured heavily.
All right, looking over at the puck now, 1,700 gold, Yule Scepter, Blink Dagger, the core items we expect around this time, and looking for something big next, whether it be maybe the Lincoln Sphere, but since I guess they could be disabled globally by charge, maybe not the item you look for. Could go BKB, Hex, Shivas. Let's look at some other big items. The Ags is there on the Doom now with the Blink, with the drums, and Phase, so permanent Doom on whatever target he chooses, and then chooses to chase. Shadowblade Lincoln's up on Illidan Stormrage on the Slark, looking at Reeves, working towards the Ags on the Ancient Apparition. He's got the point booster now. And yeah, that's about the big items. The Atos on Little has been finished up. Vlad's on Mag, I like.
Nice usage of the Dark Pact up top. That was close. Illidan getting Doom there with the Ice Blast against him. We're mentioning the permanent Doom there, Negative Scepter. That would have been an easy kill on the Slark. Instead, they go for a charge swap stun play. No Dooms coming out at all.
Canceled the animation even.
Yeah, but I do like the speed aura that Mantis has carried this entire game. I don't think he's had any other passive from creeps from Devour this entire game, and it's a really good for this Ags Rush build. Blink, Pursuit, and then just staying on top of them with all these speed enhancers. It's going to be really good for them to just take a person out of the fight, delete them from the game.
All right, Broodmother going to go in and try to solo up that Roche. Probably why she was standing on that cliff in the first place, thinking about doing it. Spiderling's being brought down and won't be finding any more. Incapacitating Bite off cooldown in 15 has some of the Necro Warriors to do this. It's going to be close. I'm not sure he gets this, but maybe with his ultimate coming back up.
Yeah, his Insatiable Hunger does so much lifesteal. It is 80% lifesteal. You're like running a Satanic practically, and he's going to be full HP at the end of the buff. The question is whether his full health bar is able to do enough after the fact. But Mantis coming in to help makes that a no-brainer. The casual Thunder God's Wrath, and they head for the hills, leaving Roche at 3k HP and being charged.
I think they saw Mantis use that Invis rune. Actually, maybe not. There's no ward down there. just wanting to know, wanting to get that intel. It happens at chance. VP Polar luck helping them out. It gets them a kill on the Broodmother. It stops the Roshan in its tracks, and it wasn't just stopping Roshan. I mean, the Broodmother was in there for like a minute or two farming, so she wasted a lot of time trying to bring that down, and it might go the way of Polar now. They'll get cold feet as they see Ancient Apparition and friends.
Nice. I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've got nice initiation potential from Stalkat. He's got his Blink and Yule, so he can be very aggressive and getting right in there. And yeah, this Rosh is critical. I mean, this would be like guaranteed team fights with the Aegis, because Second Life against Doom in general is really strong, and it forces Mantis to choose a target other than the Aegis carrier. So VP Polar really want this Rosh, but they have the worst team fight for it. Like, they don't have great pit control with their 5 heroes, as opposed to xGame, who have a ton. So it's going to be on Wadavaka to kind of scout it out for the team so they can engage at the right time and prevent this from going down.
Yeah, not to mention the Spiderlings. We saw them in the pit, scouting out that vision. Slark will go in and try to clean them up. And actually looking at Slark still, he's the top of the net worth barely. 15.3k Doom, hot on his heels. I'm sure they've been trading back and forth the entire game. And here's the smoke. xGame going to try to force the issue. That tier 1 tower has been down. They want to wrap around, find something along that line there. If they run into anyone that way, it'll be Phobos. Does have the BKB. Ags is coming up pretty soon, and he is level 17. Let's look at levels real quick.
Stuck in the trees.
Slark is 18. Actually, Dreamcoil in the middle lane. Hold that thought. That was on to Mag. He'll break it. Armor reduction coming in. Ice Blast will actually be off the mark. A swap back from Equal. Did that actually work out? They're still trying to chase Little. He's been doomed up. He's going down for sure. We'll go back to the other side of the team fight where Illidan jumps in with the Shadow Dance. Going to look for Mantis. Oh, there's Little going down. Slark going to land that pounce onto, it was the Puck, who had already thrown the orb. Will go away with the multicast, though. He runs into the arms of DK Phobos. He'll bring him down with a static shock. And the tower. Pinks come out to defend. Tier 1 probably going to go down. So VP Polar, they win an engagement and take
Why are they going for Tier 1? They could go for Rosh. I guess if they can get both, that's great, but the Ice Blast might slow this all down. No Ags, but still, the Ice Blast should be coming out to the pit very shortly, and that might dissuade them from taking Rosh on. If they don't get Rosh, I'll blame that Tier 1 push. They need to get Rosh now because xGame have a really good pit control, as I mentioned, and they will have the Dream Coil back up in 25 seconds. They kind of stretched themselves out a little bit and try to just go on 2 in the mid lane. They thought it was an opportunity where the VP Polar was out of position, but in the end, it was a chaotic fight, and that's what VP Polar favors. Not the full 5-on-5, but the 3 heroes doing damage on the sidelines. The Ice Blast does come through, however, and we'll see if they try to go for it.
I mean, Puck's down. I don't think they're too scared. That's the majority of the team fight control right there. If Ice Blast's already been used and they survive through it here, there's no Ags yet, so it's not lasting for super long or doing as much damage. And Rosh goes down. They're going to find it. Aegis onto the Sark right now, but team fight about to ensue. FNG will be able to find 1 stun out. Reeves going to go down quickly to the Slark. Thunder God's Wrath as well. They want to keep chasing Pounce on cooldown in 2 seconds, but they'll back off Illidan to farm some more spiders, and yes, skewed stat, but 265 last hits on Illidan. He broke the record yesterday with over 2,000. Probably won't find it here, though.
Kid likes creeps.
Also, no spiders in the game where he hit 2,000.
Yeah. Bottle was left in the pit. Little Cardi the Courier flying over and picking it up, only to realize it's empty, and he has to go slow, but yeah, end of the day, we see some nice items being picked up. BKB coming out on Mag, a much more conventional hero to pick it up on. And he has the Vladimirs, which has been helping out the Slark, who is actually doomed, Dreamcoiled, and dead. But they expended a lot for the first life. Can they get the second one is the question here. Slark is a very slippery character. Dark Pact, getting him out of a lot of disables, but Stallcat puts him in the grave. So really, really good combo there. But DK Phobos is swapped in.
No.
BKB or not, he's going to be right-click down. This is hurting him. He's running for the hills. He's got the Empowering Haste activated by the Spirit Breaker. He will get away, but the Ice Blast finishes it off. Oh, still a nice bait as they are able to get the Vengeful Spirit, but at what cost? FNG goes down. The charge finishes off Mantis. Mag all by himself. He actually dies to the Necro, or kills off the Necro, I think. He got the pure damage nuke and has to BKB run away there. I did love the Empowering Haste to help out the Zeus, but end of the day, it's still 4 heroes going down. A very disastrous fight for VP as they try to fight something they really shouldn't have. The Aegis, they wanted to kind of cover it up. The Slark obviously had that second life, but obviously they committed too many forces to try to recover that lost situation. And xGame just I've been taking so many really good fights. They mess up every once in a while, but the fights that they do win out count so heavily, and they're moving right up the ranks here. Aghanim Scepter coming up on the Ancient Apparition pretty soon, and yeah, don't know. I mean, Aghanim's now purchased 36% of Zeus games.
Woo!
Pretty strong.
It's pretty good. Man, I saw the charge coming into the bottom lane from Spirit Breaker. I thought they were going to maybe put the TPs upon the respawns, but they canceled it. Everyone backed off. Tier 2 still standing down there for Polar, but that team fight goes terribly, and it's getting Puck close to another big item, and that is the Sheepstick. He completes it. It's not close. It's here. Scythe of Vice.
This is actually huge to get the Scythe here at 34 minutes. That's an insanely high win rate for Puck, as it's just going to be giving them exactly what they need to bring down specific targets. There was one thing I wanted to mention mechanically before. Oh, Brute stole the Ancient! Oh, I was just looking at this, but Spirit Breaker was farming and like
I was on it too. It was pretty funny.
That's so frustrating. Charge on mid. Mantis gonna be going down most likely. No, the BKB dodges out the pounce. He's very tanky, but is it enough? If there was a Scotty here, it'd be a sure kill, but instead he gets swapped out and they all bail.
Really? I thought he'd
be unnecessarily from Illidan. Really cold feet from him, and
he needs attack speed.
Yeah, he's just at this point, like, he's got a really interesting set of items. Two very defensive ones in Lincoln and BKB allow him to guarantee that Shadow Dance will be used in the fight. But yeah, he just doesn't have right click. He needs a Scotty. He needs a Hyperstone item maybe. And the only Scotty would be really good right now, and he's just pretty far from either, despite it being 35 minutes into his 6.5-minute Midas game. But he'll go for another kill, Shadowblade play, and maybe they can find a charge kill. The mechanic that I wanted to discuss briefly was the fact that the Vlad's is not on the Slark, so it still provides him lifesteal. As long as he's within the range of the Vlad's aura, even if he's doomed up, he'll still get the Vlad's lifesteal. He wouldn't have personal lifesteal, but the Vlad's lifesteal is different.
Man, I mean, actually checking, I mean, he's got the Midas and the Shadowblade on Slark. His attack speed is almost 2 times a second, but it felt like he was attacking so slow onto that Doom. He was only able to get 8 Essence Shift charges, and he was, you know, attacking the Doom for, I mean, I guess 4 seconds, right? But still, you want to get those charges up. That's what makes Slark so strong. If you can come out with plus 40, plus 50 agility just from right clicks, like, that's so much. Like, if you consider how much agility costs, that's so much money just like for free, essentially.
Yeah, right now he's like at 0.7 seconds per attack, and that's going to go down after he loses the 24 agility. That's 24% IAS that he won't have, and it's okay. Like, Midas, Shadowblade, and Agitreads gives him a decent chunk there. It's, I think, like 98 IAS, so it's decent, but it's not going to be like allowing him to destroy the fights as quickly as he needs to. He needs another big offensive item.
Yeah, and if you add in the Ultimate Orb, I think it's probably 108 increased attack speed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Which is nice, so that doubles his bat, I guess. I don't know. The attack speed percentages based on bat is confusing stuff. I was reading it the other day, and I was like, you know, I could understand this completely, but I'll just stay with my limited understanding as the game continues. We're here at 37 minutes. Equilibrium on both graphs, gold and experience, just to show you where we are at 37 minutes right now.
Even if the Reeves dies here, it's okay. He just bought his Aghanim Scepter. That's the big pickup here. He does go down, and it's nice gold for Illidan, but they don't prevent the Ag's timing, which is huge.
Yeah, he'll have it up in 50. Going to be shooting those headshots all the way across the map. We'll see if he can find any kills with that. He's done well so far, I believe. Yeah, 6, 9, and 6, so heavily involved, 12 kills. Has died a couple times, but, I mean, there's a Spirit Breaker hunting you, as well as a Shadowblade Slark, and a Thunder God's Wrath in case you live. It's a tough life for anyone.
Yeah, I think this is like the game breaker right here, unless VP Polar do something crazy good. Like, they have to have some insanely powerful fight. Illidan has to get a Butterfly out of nowhere or something, I'm not sure. I mean, Butterfly, I guess you lose the evasion from Doom, so maybe it's not the best, but I love the agility, the attack speed on it. He goes for the Basher for now. The big thing here is if a target gets doomed in Ice Blast, they're essentially dead. There's not much you can do against those two abilities, since the Aghanims just does so much work for both ultimates.
Nice force out there by Equal. That's up along with the Urn. He's also got a gem that was actually purchased up by Little and dropped, so Vengeful Spirit was able to pick up that, as well as a few rapiers yesterday. Oh no, that was sorry. Who was that on Polar? That was letting the rapiers sit by the ways. Oh, Little there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had one throughout the game. Oh, actually, nice little pick off on Puck there. Farming pretty deep, and he did get Ancient Steel comboed. So the silence comes out, the ultimate follows, and
that's big. 2,400 experience, 1,200 on each of the two
mid.
involved in that. Looking over at middle though, BKB for Illidan trying to fight up against the Broodmother. Mantis is almost down. He was probably the initial target here. Ice Blast will just miss, and he will go down to the spawn Spiderlings. The Vortex was there to amplify that damage. BKB for Phobos, BKB for Mag right now. BKBs maybe were the answer to the Ice Blast Ags. They were expecting it in this game. Mag onto another killing spree after having his Beyond Godlike streak ended at 10 kills. He's now at 13, 2, and 10. The Spirit Breaker having some crazy effectiveness this game.
Yeah, but I just don't know if it's enough. Net worth is now favoring the Doom. He's going to have his Refresher Orb pretty soon, and when that comes out, that's 2 heroes that are pretty much immediately taken out of the fight. Like, if you Doom the Skywrath Mage and the Zeus before he ultis, you won the fight automatically. If you don't get the Zeus in time, then you can just put it on, break the Lincolns and put it on the Slark. And those 2 heroes taken out will be just like, at that point, it's GG. Like, you're fighting 5v3, and there's just not enough for you in that situation. So right now, Doom, sending it out to the Secret Shop. That is going to be the Perseverance coming out for him. And I mean, he could go like Shivas or something weird, but I think the Refresher is, yeah, there it is, guaranteed.
Yeah, pretty much the way to play Doom.
Still, a lot of damage from Zeus.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking about Doom.
No, I was. As a matter of fact, I think the
so they both got it.
Is really important on the Doom, but it does come out for the Zeus too, and that is what 1280 magical damage. So not too shabby. No Veil of Discord or anything, but maybe the Ancient Seal could amplify it a bit.
Yeah, and even more if you're standing around in the team fight, right? Like the health reduction of 11% coming out from Static Field. So that's going to be some incredible amounts of damage. And we look at the BKB count over on VP Polar. We've got 3. There's actually 2 over on xGame as well. 1 on the Brood. I think stat from yesterday, she builds at about 80% of her games. Mantis has picked up that Black King bar as well just to facilitate the chase now that he has the Ags. And yeah, the Refresher gets delivered. So a watermelon per team.
Yeah, and it's going to be about the usage of these Refresher Orb that defines the game right now. I mean, we're going to see Slark with the double damage rune, stalking with the Shadow Blade, but won't be finding any kills just yet. And oh, it has Midas BKB Ags Refresher has been purchased once. That is, I'm not surprised that it even is once, but it might be the same player. I don't know. DK Phobos instantly hexed up here. They take him out without any ultimates. He doesn't have buyback. They just absolutely obliterate xGame for the next 80 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to try to fight anyways. Mag comes in with the BKB, throws out a long range. Another strike wants to bring down the Venge, but even if he does, it's going to hurt his team with the aura going out. And Illidan will jump in.
Nice
Shadow Dance trying to focus onto Mantis. Will bring him down. He's up to 9 charges right now, all taken from the Doom. He's going to switch over to Wadafaka as the Broodmother tries to bring down the Skywrath Mage. Wants to clip off those wings, catch the flying guy in your web. But can he do it? The dust will go out and Little will live. That's a big kill for VP Polar. Doom and Broodmother were starting to get out of hand. It's now 37-25 as xGame were on the comeback. That's going to set them back a little bit.
Yeah, Agent Apparition only hit 1 melee creep with his Ice Blast. No heroes. He used it on Zeus before as well, but that didn't even affect him. He was already dead. So, yeah, no, I think that the lack of Ice Blast there was a critical failure for xGame. Like, taking out the Zeus there should be an auto-win fight, but the really nice, well-timed Shadow Dance coming in from Illidan. Okay, so DK Phobos did build it up, so... Anyways, the thing is, Illidan getting that Shadow Dance off, preventing him from getting doomed. The Refresher Orb was used by Doom, but the second ulti was not, and that's because Illidan was invisible at the time. So really critical usage of Illidan's ultimate, dodges out the Doom, allows them to keep fighting, and VP Polar are still well in this game, despite them insanely important Zeus pick-off.
Alright, that Basher's there on Slark's been there for a while. He's already up to 3,000 gold, so we know that the Abyssal Blade is coming out next for him. A very big item from the offlane Spirit Breaker, who's had a big game. He's got the Vlads, he's got the AC, so bringing around that 10 armor aura for all his allies. Picked up the Aegis as well. His BKB down to 7 seconds, so going to help them go into the late game pretty nicely. Also, Nether Strike and the Bash going through BKBs, so if they start to become a problem, those BKBs on xGame, that Spirit Breaker can definitely help deal with that. Necro 3, Necronomicon, Black King Bar. Wadafuck has had those items for a little while. Another 1,200 gold. He's got a plate mail. Also looking for the AC. I think that's built in about a quarter of the Broodmother games that are played these days in 6.82. That'll allow Doom to, well, he already has gone for the Refresher. Probably will go for the Shivas next.
It's possible. I mean, there's a couple ways you can go about it. A heart isn't too bad either because you're just kind of wanting to stay alive in the fights to get those ultis off. But no matter what he does, he's got a really good arsenal of items. Just in the stats man talking about the progression for DK Phobos, last time he went this build, he followed up with Blink Shivas. I think that would be really strong for him to get involved in the fights early. But where is the Veil? I really feel like somebody needs to be picking that up, and I'm not seeing it on Ogre. He's going Ags. The Skywrath has picked up a nice set of items, but none of it is Veiled Discord. If they had a Veil, they would really be able to up the potential damage output of the Zeus. So I do think that somebody, not necessarily DK Phobos, but somebody needs to pick it up. Up top, they do get a nice little pick off, jumping on to the Ancient Apparition. Don't even need to use the Abyssal Blade that was freshly picked up to bring him down. But they won't be able to follow it up with much tower push.
I'll call that a quarter.
Yeah.
All right, so 2,000 gold there to the Broodmother as she gets closer to her AC. They're mentioned in the stats. FNG got a smoke up, Force Staff looking towards the Ags. He wants to get up to the Unrefined Fire Blast just to be a bit more of an annoyance. A bigger percentage for the multicast for the more spells that he's casting. Well, sort of. Don't take that out of context. But more likely to get a multicast if you're spamming 2 stuns instead of 1, is what I mean by that. Bottom lane, Equal. He's got the mechanism up on the Venge. He's had some really nice Force Staff plays throughout this game. Really great defensive swaps and just really showing again how to play this Vengeful Spirit as we go into the late game now at 45 minutes. He's also not died a lot. I mean, he died 6 times, I guess, earlier on, but since he's got this gem from Little, I don't think he's even gone down.
Yeah, and it's really important for them to hold on to the gem here because detection is a really big deal this game. Shadowblade obviously up on the Slurk. He's using it to initiate. A big thing here is that VP Polar aren't really investing much in detection against Wadafuck. They have the Zeus, obviously, and they have Dust on Skywrath, and that's about it. Oh, nice Abyssal usage, getting a lot of good right clicks onto Mantis, but there's no Scotty, so he can't keep it on top of him. It's the Mag, long-range Nether Strike to bring him down, and now they're scouting things out, making sure there's no rebuttal kill with that Thunder God's Wrath, as well as I guess it's just a Skywrath combo, yeah. Skywrath combo with a little bit of Thunder God's Wrath on top, and Venge is just absolutely obliterated support for support.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think the Courier was coming out to Little.
Oh! Nice move from Wadafuck.
The Courier was coming out to Equal to deliver a TP. He goes down to the Thunder God's Wrath. Courier was close by, so they immediately scoop up the gem, so they get it back.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Really so Sky does still have to buy a
and
gem.
Sky bought another gem, yeah. He was like right there. He probably saw the gem. He was running to pick it up, and then the Courier was like, peace.
Too slow.
That's unfortunate. Too slow from the second fastest hero in the game. The fastest support in the game. What are you going to do, man? Needed that haste rune.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ags pick up on the puck. I like it. Even through the BKBs, you Dream Coil down, gonna latch, and then you just Nether Swap, and you're gonna stun someone 4 seconds. It's gonna be pretty nice.
Yeah. Very, very strong utility in that. Probably going for a Refresher Orb next if I had any bet. Like, Stallcat essentially can end this game selling the Midas and Treads for BOT Refresher, and that's all you'll need.
Oh, there's the Abyssal onto Stallcat. Yeah, I think he got a first hit bash as well. He has shifted. He's going to put himself up in the Yules now. That's Ice Blast is actually going to miss, and the Thunder God's Wrath will come in for the kill. Let's see if he refreshes it. He does refresh it. He'll throw out another one. He'll pick up the double kill. That kills the Ancient Apparition, probably from full HP. Mantis now going to get jumped on. The charge connects. The multicast coming through. He'll throw out the Doom. Another great swap by Equal. Well used defensively. Wadafuck is going to go in. BKB up on the Broodmother, trying to bring down Mag, but they can't do it. The Refresher Doom out onto 2, and they've still lost this fight. They lose 3. Will they be able to kill anyone? The BKB forced down in case he goes down, and Mag will live with 13 HP. That's his lucky number today.
Jeez, that is absolutely absurd. Being able to live through that, I mean, Ice Blast won't be up for a while, so that's just a free getaway, and I gotta say, like, VP Polar are playing this so damn well, and xGame, they're kind of flubbing it. Like, the Ice Blasts have been really weak this game. The Dooms have been late in that last fight, and you're dealing
still
with
did
so much damage from the
3,100 damage.
This, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, when you have so much damage coming out from the Zeus, and you just can't keep the Doom alive to do what he needs to do, it's brutal. They're getting the Dooms out, like, at the tail end of the fight, and they'll stick for a while, but end of the day, Mantis is only surviving, and the Ancient Apparition really isn't doing enough.
Yeah, I mean, he had some really good Ice Blasts earlier, but so far when they've really needed them to be clutch. Reeves missing the mark a little bit. He's got Ghost Scepter minus Ags, another 700 gold, farming some stuff up there. Broodmother, this will help them out in the fights.
I'm looking at the comment box. He hit nobody with that Ice Blast again.
Nobody?
This is two critical fights with
Well, he was
ice.
aiming it on Illidan, and then Illidan did dodge it by like a millimeter, to be fair, but unfortunate. They do really need to land it on the Slark, or the team fights can fall apart. And that was Ag's Refresher from the Doom, and they didn't find anything. And now Illidan going right back in with the Shadow Dance. He tries to bring down the puck. He has used the Abyssal Blade active. He's diving under the towers right now. He'll get the bashes onto Mantis. The BKB out. Now Illidan doing this by himself, by the way. 1v4. Mag dominating elsewhere. Finds the Broodmother. Illidan, though, doomed. Hexed. Killed. He's down 1 for 1. He has buyback. Brood doesn't.
Yeah, the Ogre was dueling with the Broodmother quite a bit there. The BKB and Insatiable Hunger was there for Brood to get nearly all our HP back, but then a lot of multicasts coming out from FNG. Even though he was getting mana burned by the Necro, as long as he has 1 mana, he can use the Unprovoked Fire Blast, and he gets one more big multicast, and Mag finishes it off with another strike. So it ends up being just a little 1 for 1 here, the Slark being obviously the more critical kill. And it does look like the Slark is going for a Refresher Orb here. Like, the only other item is Blood, or not even Bloodstone. That's not even an item that
Double
goes...
Lincolns.
So, yeah, literally Battlefield or Refresher Orb. I think it is going to be a Refresher to get 2 Abyssals, 2 BKBs, and I believe the Refresher...
And 2 Shadow Blades.
He won't have mana for 2 Shadow Blades.
Fine. Tread swap, man.
Yeah.
Alright, Stallcat. Back to farming up. 1,800 golds. I mean, what does he go for next? Do they have the Shivas already? Mantis now has a plate mail. The AC was done, so yeah, Shiva's coming out for the Doom. I think that's the next best option, because the next best way to play Doom, I think, is Blink Shivas, besides the Ag's Refresher. So they're going to have pretty much all their core items. They do still have that mech. They never did go for Revelads. It's that cheaper item. It used to be the go-to item for Broodmother way back in the day. Now it's kind of... it's still pretty popular, actually, I'm sure, but... Going for the Necro 3s a lot.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they fixed her poison damage over time, it used to be like broken to not do almost nothing. The Vlad's isn't as good for enhancing her damage output with via spiders. Oh, the Courier gets Nether Struck! Oh, but he doesn't get the right click off. He knockbacks it into impassable terrain, and the Courier's like, what the hell just happened to me?
Tinkbot's like, I am confused. What was that? But he'll get back to base.
Space Cow.
Yeah.
Out of an interdimensional plane.
Space Cow versus Tinkbot. Pay-per-view. Not going to see it today, unfortunately.
So, Wadafaka just kind of spreading his webs on his side of the map.
Yeah, order now.
DK Phobos. I'm curious if he goes for the Blink again. I might prioritize BOTs first and foremost. I don't know. But yeah, I like the idea of using both your Thunder God's Wrath from Fountain, so there's no chance you get doomed, and then BOTing into the fight. So I think that's a pretty big pickup for him. But the Blink Dagger, of course, is still really clutch.
Illidan, man. It's so hard to kill the Slark. He Dark Packs up before getting hexed. He gets out of it. He Shadow Blades up. Shadow Dance, didn't even have to use that. He's back to full HP now. Bounty Room to grab if he wants it, but I think he'd rather kill the Broodmother right now. They see him. The ward is there by the Dire. Well placed by Polar. FNG even going to force snap forward with the stun. Now the charge coming through. It's not a very far swap. He's got the Nether Strike. He will get doomed, though. He needs to be doomed. Now Mantis, that's going to be the target of Illidan. The Abyssal Blade going out. He's able to get up to 12 charges. Once again, dodging the Ice Blast. I mean, they've got True Sight. They can see these coming, so that's why they're being dodged. It's not all Reeves just missing them. And now another Doom. That second Doom going to go on to Phobos. So far, xGame have lost 2. Can they even kill Phobos? They won't. Maybe he goes down or they deny him, but Doom down for the count. Stallcat also going to fall. Buyback on the puck and the Doom, but VP Polar, they take 4 kills for nil, and FNG not used to right-clicking, pretty much just casting spells. Screws up the deny. Phobos will die.
Brutal. Yeah, but I don't know. This game's gone from bad to worse for like just in general. xGame's usage of abilities here. It's cost them a lot. I don't know why they keep doing the Spear Breaker. All it takes away is Greater Bash from him and the Vlad's Aura, I guess. It's weak. That is a hero that it seems pointless to me to doom, but it's happened majority of the time this game. So weird decisions being made, them losing a lot of fights. People are just getting more and more farmed, and they can just put out so much damage with the Zeus and the Slark. So our Bloodlust Slark is no joke, and with this much farm, he's pretty much godlike.
Yeah, well, everyone dying under the shadow of the axe effigy. Dong. Apparently, that's equals. He was actually the one that died by it, too. But on the retreat out, Mag gonna go down. He's down for 100. Zeus still working on respawn and could buy back to ultimate if he thinks it will be worth it. FNG still casting some spells. Stallcat in some trouble, getting bashed up, is going to be able to take that orb. Let's see if they can go for it. He's going to pounce over Stallcat, juking into the trees. And again, Blink Dagger in 1 second will come off cooldown. Unrefined Fire Blast is there. FNG, though, standing too close to the fire, will get silenced. Doesn't matter. Illidan finding a kill. Misses the pounce, though, trying to chase down Mantis. The Spiderlings come into effect. They bring down FNG, but the mid-racks, it still stands. And that's the important part here for xGame. Polar maybe making some mistakes here.
Yeah, Illidan going down to the Doom, down for 100 seconds here. That was a pretty costly death at level 25. So, well, right back in it. What a fuck. We'll start pushing out and maybe take a tier 2 while everybody's dead. If they can just get some Ice Blasts, I really still think they can pull this one through. But so far, these fights have just been really, really bad from xGame. Like, you're talking about the KDA of Ancient Apparition. It contributed decently pre-Aghanims. Post-Aghanims, 55 minutes in, he's only 6 kills and 10 assists.
He got 1 assist, I think, since
it's just been really weak. I mean, I keep looking at the combat log. I keep looking for big Ice Blast damage, and I'm seeing, well, when they tried to kill the Slark, he had Ice Blast on him, and then he got away. And then the second Ice Blast missed right after that. So it's just like, I want to believe that Reeves could really hit the blast. We saw it pre-Ags, but it seems like this Ultimate Scepter has just been the choke now. He's farming creeps with it, great, but hit the heroes. Just stay back in the well if you have to. You need these Ice Blasts to get these kills. Swap on top.
Spider's also stuck on the cliff. They don't get anything for it. I guess it was, what was even going on up there?
I don't know. There's a swap. There was a blink out and a Force Staff out of the swap.
I guess they were just trying to kill Little, and they couldn't even do that.
Well, Lil was trying to kill Brood, and then Ven Equal disrupts that situation, and then they disengage.
Oh, okay. Little.
He has a Hex. Like, he didn't go for the Ethereal Blade. He went for that Sheep Stick, so that is kind of his ability to initiate and try to go for the solo kills with Mystic Flare. But it gives him all the mana he needs to get his Mystic Flare once or twice in a fight with that 20-second cooldown, even though it costs a ton. And then, of course, the Arcane Bolt is also enhanced by Intelligence. So his item progression has really allowed him to dish out the damage and go from support to his own version of a carry.
Yeah, Refresher Orb finished up on the Slark, so he's going to have the double Abyssal. We've got Refresher Orb on the Zeus, so what a game. We've got lots of Midas, lots of BKBs, lots of Refresher Orbs. Actually, a lot of the Midas have been sold already, but here we go. Spider's going to be cleaned up by the Shiva's Guard. It's actually Zeus that'll go back for that one. Now Illidan in trouble in the pit. Did not get off the Dark Pact before that Sheep came in, and he's going to get doomed, and he will go down. He does have buyback, and he'll use it right now. Equal going to be maybe the next target. Mag jumps in with the Nether Strike onto the Venge. The multicast brings her down. Stallcat going to get multicast as well by the Unrefined Fire Blast. The Shiva's Guard coming in, slowing down the attack speed. Another one to answer it going out from the Doom. Everything covered in ice, covered in spider webs. It's not a pleasant scene here at the Roche pit. Wadafaka 4 times multicast in the pit. The pounce to connect. Now we can't get out of here. Zeus going to get that vision up with the lightning bolts. And Zeus goes for the KS, but won't, or excuse me, Roshan goes for the KS, but won't find it. 54-32. Problems at Roche for xGame.
So, we have Illidan most likely to claim an Aegis here. That would be pretty insane. Could even sell the treads for it if he wanted to, and then DK Phobos can pick up the cheese. That's assuming they finish it off here. They actually get the Shadow Dance regen temporarily on him. I don't know if they were able to, like, kind of use this weird little fog spot to kind of...
Yeah, the vision blockers.
Manipulate that a little bit. That was actually really interesting that he got all that HP regen at that moment in time. Anyways, they use a quick right clicks to bring this one down. Bloodlust will be coming out as soon as FNG gets mana. And yeah, they get the Aegis onto the Zeus, leaving the cheese to be picked up by the courier, perhaps. I don't know. They're leaving it. Either way, they get the big thing, the second life here onto Zeus, and things are going from bad to worse for xGame. They did take a little bit of a swing as far as Golder experience, but the big deal here was the buyback on Slark. Buying back by Illidan, bringing him back into the fight the second time over. They just didn't have the cooldowns to deal with him in round 2. He just has that net worth advantage, so he's allowed to play like that. And Doom is not a good hero to deal with buybacks in general. Like, the second life is something that he struggles against. So, xGame, they're not out of this yet. They still have their racks, but they are going to have to deal with 2 Zeuses with 2 sets of cooldowns. And it's a really hard knock life for them. Ancient Apparition, I honestly think he should be sitting in Fountain. Like, I don't want to flame the guy, but he dies to Zeus ult so quickly that he might as well just sit in the well and throw Ice Blast from there. It's his best way to contribute to this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got everything he needs. Like, who cares if Ancient Apparition hits level 25? It literally doesn't matter. I guess he doesn't find much farm.
You hit the Death Timer, dude.
Yeah. I guess he doesn't find much farm or anything like that. But they want to try to maybe complete another big item. He does have 3,300 gold, so they could turn that into an F-Blade, a Sheep, or something. I like the scythe better.
It is the Ethereal Blade, so he really wants to go for the shotgun AA and just gun down the Slark or something.
I don't know. It is kind of interesting. I would agree with the base sitting, but whatever.
Get those big AA ultis. Not going to happen here. He wants to be in the action, and that's just a playstyle difference that could actually work for them, but obviously has its limitations if he does get just obliterated by Zeus, who has his Refresh Orb in 27 seconds. Doom around the same time, since they both used it in the last big team fight.
Well, we're going to have a pause here at the 59th minute, and I don't know, man. Might have to start passing on the VP Polar games, because already 2 games, 3 hours of game time, not including pauses. They've been going the distance these last couple days. Having difficulty. Yeah. Well, it was Cloud9 having difficulty finishing out the other game. In this game, VP Polar got pretty far ahead, and, you know, they've had some difficulties dealing with the Brood and the Doom, but for the most part, they played pretty well. Just working on finishing out this game.
I would definitely agree. We're going to see the Ethereal Blade come out for Ogre pretty soon. That's obviously, like, for him, one of the big items. Still needs some form of, like, mana regen increase. Anything with a Void Stone in it would be really good, because at a certain point in time, your mana pool doesn't matter nearly as much as your mana regen, because of the fact that, of course, you use 60% of your current mana for every unrefined, which is totaling up to 509, even when he's at, like, half right now.
Yeah, it is a bit ridiculous, but it is pretty cool when you're in the low mana. It costs like 3, and then it's fine. You just spam it out. And if you could regen up to the 165, you basically have unlimited stuns.
So Space Scout did pick up the cheese here. Didn't get a chance to use it as he was doomed up. But now Illidan gets to go in knowing there's 1 less Doom on the field. And they're going to charge in with the bot back Spirit Breakers. Charging Greaves right now, going the distance. And they'll be going in hard with Slark here. Pops the Shadow Dance, won't get doomed up just yet. And the Lincolns has to be broken first. So he pops the Lincolns, but no Doom. He Shadow Blades out and they don't have detection.
Stun onto Reeves right now. Illidan wants to go back and re-engage. He's going to jump onto Stallcat first. Did he refresh already? He's got another Abyssal Blade available right now. Puck just barely gets out of there. Thinks about going back in. I don't think that's the right call here. A Silence Arcane Bolt. Refresher up on Phobos. Another ult. And another Abyssal Blade. One on the Zeus, one of those on the Slark here. The Range Rax is going to fall. xGame losing just about everyone. Puck will have to buy back right now. 10 and 11 on the kills, on the deaths, dying lots in the later stage of this game. I mean, Polar do have almost 60 kills right now, and another charge going in. That's Mantis sheeped up, and he's going to go down. Stallcat stunned up over here by FNG. He'll try to get away, but the Nether Strike to follow. He'll go down. Buyback on the Doom. It's 1 versus 5 right now. This is unwinnable for xGame, and I'm sure the GG coming out relatively soon here from them.
Yeah, they couldn't get the kills when they needed to. The peak of xGame's lineup happened right when AA and Doom both picked up their Aghanim Scepters, but they really didn't make the use of it that they needed to, and VP Polar spread the map out, take a couple of really good fights on the back of DK Phobos' insanely farmed Zeus, and Illidan going in ham. So, really well played by them, and put 1 more point on the board for the 34% win rate, non-Scotty Slark. Not always the ideal build, but worked out really well here. The Lincoln Sphere keeping him undoomed, and they're able to close this one out here at the 62-minute mark. So, very nice game there. Skywrath ended up selling all his items for some reason. I'm not too sure, but end of the day, a really nice game for Virtus.Pro Polar, and another win in the group stage here in Starladder 11.
All right, well, this game went the distance, so that means we're now officially 2 minutes behind schedule. The next game scheduled for 1730 CET, Cloud9 versus xGame coming up here next on twitch.tv/Dota Starladder_EN. You're watching Starladder Season 11. Make sure to buy that ticket. And your casters here, I'm Helium. You can follow us on Helium on Twitter. You can follow us on Helium. On Twitter, at HeliumBrella, Blaze, at Blaze Casting, and our stats guy here, Cart Dota. If you like the stats, he's on Twitter at Cart Dota. Be back in a moment. Stick around.